All right, my friends, it's time to put our left hands to work. So one of the most common piano player problems I hear about is the left hand. My left hand is sluggish. My left hand isn't as fast. My left hand doesn't play as exciting as my right hand. So this lesson is all about giving you my top 3 exercises for building an amazing left hand. So we're gonna put our left hands to work here. We're going to be looking at a few different things. Our ability to move efficiently between notes. We're gonna be targeting the weaker fingers of our left hand, and we're also going to be moving through a chord progression to play something that sounds super musical and will also help you to develop an awesome left hand accompaniment. So here we go. So our first exercise is all about intervals. Now we're going to be working in the key of G major for this exercise because the key of G is an F sharp. And what that means, I'm just going to play you the G scale here, is that we have to include this F sharp. And that's just a little more challenging having that black key in the mix. We're going to have to move our hand position around a little bit, and this lesson is all about challenging and growing our left hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep in mind all those notes. We need a G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. Those are our ingredients for this exercise. I'm going to get you to place your hand in G position, so your 5 fingers on G, and your 4 fingers on A, and your 3s on B, etc. And we're going to begin by playing the interval of a second. So it sounds awful. It's like the beginning of chopsticks. Okay, so we're gonna play that 4 times, and you're gonna feel like, oh, that feels bizarre because the 5 and the 4 are being put to work, and those fingers are kind of difficult to develop dexterity in. Then we're gonna move to a third. We're gonna play 4 of those. Then we're gonna move to a 4th. We're gonna play 4 of those, and then a 5th, 4 of those, and then we're gonna bump our thumb up. We call this a 6th. Now this is where we need our F sharp. So slide your hand back. Otherwise it's not possible. And then an octave. And if your hands are small, just do this. Because I don't want you to be uncomfortable, but notice how when I play an octave, I'm kind of playing on the little ends of the keys, because that's really uncomfortable for me. This works. And that's your exercise. So you can work from the top 4 times, stay relaxed. There's our 6th and our 5th. Now we're going to use our 2 finger to create that 4th, and our 3rd to create the 3rd, ironic, and then our 4th to create that 2nd. Now play a G to end it. So that looks simple, it seems simple in theory, but once you speed that up, like you're really working your hand. It's awesome. And then, step 2, you can break those up. So do 2 of each. You're playing the bottom note of that interval shape, and then the top note of that interval shape. You're gonna work your way all the way up. And there's our octave. I'm gonna play fast on the way down. Sounds kind of cool, actually. And I mean, as you build confidence with this and you are able to play it super fast, it sounds impressive. It helps you to develop your speed. It helps you to develop the independence between each of your fingers. And these are all shapes that, I mean, everything we play in music comes down to intervals. Everything is from one note to the next. Shapes. So this will really, really help you develop your left hand. And you can apply this to any key signature, any skill you like, and have fun with it. So that's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, this one's a challenge. We're targeting the 5 and the 4, which is kind of like a spin on a hand. That's what we're doing essentially, just a little bit of a pattern. So we're gonna start on C. We're gonna go to C for this one, just because I wanna keep it as simple as possible for you, but you can move this into any key you want later. And we're gonna be playing with 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, and then instead of playing your thumb on the 5th where it naturally lands, you're gonna reach it up 1 step. So I'll demonstrate that. 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, reach up a 6th, and then it resets your hand. So you can repeat the pattern. 4, 5, 4, reach your thumb to B, and then you just walk your fingers down and you're back on that 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, step your thumb up. And this is really working these 2 fingers. So you have to have really good hand posture in order to do this successfully, and allow a little bit of a rock, try to stay relaxed. I know it's a little bit uncomfortable. And then when you're ready, you can end on C. You can just stop it there. So that's the exercise, but it's really gonna put you to work. I'm gonna do it one more time, just a little bit so you can see it at a faster tempo. Now, if I'm not paying, I got lost with what I was doing, but my point is if I'm not paying close attention, I forget what I'm doing, and my 5-finger flies up. So that's another common issue. It's just because like these fingers are independent and then these fingers, they're attached. I'm not a doctor. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but there's more of a connection happening here. So when we're playing around, this 5-finger can fly up due to tension or just naturally. It happens to me all the time. Don't stress. It's not a big problem you have to fix. Just work on trying to stay relaxed as you move through. It's challenging. Boom. So that's exercise number 2. Now the cool thing about these finger pattern exercises is you can actually make your own. It's very easy to create your own adventure. So pick numbers. You know, you could go 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Move your hand. 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Move your hand. 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Right? You can create any combination of numbers you want, and then that works really well to just keep you sharp as you're working through these patterns. At the end of the day, building a strong left hand is all about just being really present in your practices and constantly giving yourself new challenges, new obstacles to overcome. So let's move on to our third and final exercise, also my personal favorite, because it sounds like a song. So we're gonna be playing with, let's go back to our key of G. We're gonna be playing with a chord progression. So what we're gonna need to do is be comfortable moving between the key of G, the minor 6 is E. So let me back up and explain what I'm doing just so you can follow if you're new to chord progressions. In the key of G, we have G to G. We can number these scale notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's 8, but it's also the same as 1, so we'll call it 1. Now, chords, there's 4 chords that sound really great together. Most pop music is based off of them. The 1, so you just build this chord shape on the first note of the G scale. The 5, so you build that chord shape, keeping in mind we have an F sharp, and then that's the 5, and then we have the 6, which is built on the 6th note of the G scale, and then the 4, which is built on the 4th note of the G scale. So you can mix and match those chords in any order, and they're gonna sound amazing. For this exercise, I want to start on the 6 because it's gonna give a really cool sound. I'm just gonna play you what we're gonna do, and then I'll walk you through it because I want you to get excited about it. Pretty. It's based off of the 6, which is E, and I'm playing this pattern twice, and don't worry, I'll walk you through it step by step. Then we're moving to C, which is the 4th note of the G scale, and then G, which is the 1st note, and then D, which is the 5th. So what we're doing to create this pattern is beginning on the E, we're playing the note that is 5 notes above the E. I'm using my 2nd finger, so E, B, and then we play E on top, and then we rock back and forth with the 1 and the 2. So to that again, I'm gonna hold my pedal just because it sounds pretty. Nice and slow. And then we're gonna create that exact same pattern, but we're gonna start on C. So my 5 finger is gonna lead me there, my 2 is gonna land a 5th above that to the G, and then I'm rocking back and forth, and then I'm gonna let my 5 finger lead me to the G. I'm gonna start to build some speed. We have a D here as our 5th, and then D is our starting note, A. So once you're comfortable there, and you're gonna wanna spend some time with this because it takes a bit to get, I want you to think about bringing your right hand to the party, and all you have to do is just match it like a chord shape. So I'm playing the chord that matches the note that my left hand is playing with its 5th finger. So if I'm playing E, I'm playing an E minor chord, so E, G, and B. And then C, I'm playing a C chord, so C, E, and G. And then for G, I'm playing a G chord, which is G, B, and D. And then for D, I've got D, F sharp, and A. So now we're beginning to coordinate the hands. And once you're comfortable there, you can start to kind of separate the notes. So instead of playing all 3 notes at once, I might play any notes of that chord shape in any order that I like. It sounds really fancy, but the concept is quite simple. So this pattern is the foundation of this exercise. So get comfortable moving from here to here to here to here and rocking back and forth on that pattern. And once you're there, your right hand just joins in playing simple root position chords. And once you can do that, then you're still gonna follow with those root position chords, but you're gonna start to break the rules and try to get out of your head a little bit. So instead of planning what you're gonna do, just play any note of that chord shape in any order, however many of them as you like, until you find something that sounds good to you. And so this is like the most challenging part of it, because you kind of have to step outside of yourself a little bit. And once you're in the zone with this, oh my goodness, it's so relaxing. It's very like a flow state. Find your zen, de-stress at the end of the day, but you can create some really beautiful sounds. So I'm just using chord tones and that awesome little pattern in my left hand. Now, you go and play it up high really slowly for a magical, gentle sound. You can also play this low and fast, and it's gonna sound forgot what I was doing there again. Right, but it's really intense, it's dark, it's dramatic. So you can do really whatever you want with this to create whatever mood you would like. So there you have it. Those are my 3 favorite exercises for building your left hand. So remember to stay relaxed. Remember to, if you start to get tense, lift that hand and shake it out. Take your time with these, and most of all, have fun. So I would love for you to comment below. Let me know what your favorite exercise is. Exercise 1, exercise 2, or exercise 3. Also tell me how it's going. How's it going on your piano learning journey? Also, can you please hit subscribe so you never miss a lesson? Helps us, helps you, win-win, and most of all, have fun practicing.